Hello everybody, Dave here. For the next bit of Dave Gets Wood, and we're going to try and get these two legs cleaned up properly now. I'm going to start off with working on the ends because they've got more on them now than the rest of the legs. And once we've done those, we can really work on the rest of the pieces, the rest of the faces. Raise that up, bring a little tub under there. Okay, so move the camera down a bit. Now you're not going to see, unfortunately, much of me doing the ends, but as you'll know from the previous videos, it started off nasty. Think about it, we used the white wool on these as well, didn't we? Yeah, they look a bit nasty at the minute, but they won't by the time I'm finished. At least that's the plan. Yeah, so last time on the other two legs we used the stripper, but we found that using the wire wool was more useful at actually getting the finish off on the ends. So we'll let that work a little bit as we just try and clean up in here. Cloth that way. Pretty much. Ooh. Let's get a bit more on the end. Now I've got my tub there to catch the drips, so we can reuse that. Now when I get these legs pretty much to the same point as the other two, so this, hopefully this session, it's probably going to be me done on this for today. It's got a little lip in there. Actually, I don't want to go overdoing it. And also, because I was up so early this morning, I've not eaten yet. I do need to eat, but also I'm going to need to go and get myself a little bit of sleep. Which should help me later on. I've got a race tonight in the Dynamic GT League. Check out their YouTube channel where I do commentary on the races, tell bad jokes on purpose, and there's information about their merch on there. I'm tempted as well to try and perhaps do, I was thinking about whether I should do my own merch, but to be honest I don't need enough views on this stuff for people to really be that interested, I don't think. Although I could always do myself a Dave Gets Wood t-shirt. I might do that actually. Well, it's coming up nicely, but it needs a bit more. Let's get the top of it first. Well, by the looks of it, if this is going to take 5 minutes per end, it's going to take me about 20 minutes to get all 4 ends done. That's not looking too bad. It might need a little bit more, but it doesn't need it right now. So that's where I need to be a little careful and make sure I don't splash myself in the eyes as I splash myself. I'm getting through there quite nicely. I'm doing leaving a bit more on for a few moments longer. A little bit longer. Now we can see on here that these are still looking, they're still a bit messy. We've still got some stuff on it, but what's left will come off with a wire wool, like we did on the other legs. So like I said, I wanted to just get the bulk of the finish off without leaving too many streaks, so that I'm not having to deal with streaks as such, and then I can really clean them up nicely, hopefully, with this next application. Interesting, one of my nieces, Holly, she asked me recently, she says, Davey, why do you do weird voices on your videos? Well, the answer is I hate the sound of my own voice. So quite often as I'm talking, I'm just talking weird fucking accents. Because even though it sounds weird, I think it sounds It can't be as bad as my actual voice. Also, some things are connected to other things, like for example, if I was to say, oh, I'm getting a bit cold and I could do getting a jumper, the chances are I'm going to say jumper with a Geordie accent because of Geordie jumpers. And if you don't know what Geordie jumpers is, then look it up on YouTube. Still some more to play. We're a bit over the time target on this one for 5 minutes. It needs more, and as soon as it needs more, I'm not just going to go, right, it'll be alright. No, it needs more, so give it more. It's one of those things, if I try cutting corners now, it's only going to cost me later. I'm only going to be not happy with it later. Now, when it comes to doing the repairs on the tabletop, there are a few things I'm concerned about with that. Obviously, I'm concerned with ruining the table, but I actually do have confidence that if I do fuck it up, I can fix it. And okay, it'd be easy to go, well, the underside of the table doesn't really matter. Well, it does, to me. I mean, it's like I could put the table back together without repairing the broken bits of wood. It'll go back together and it'll work, but I don't know that it's broken, and if it's broken then there's always that possibility of what could happen with it. So I'd rather see what I've learned, see what I can learn, and sort it proper. Just like with this, if I'd have left this before doing this layer, then this wouldn't look as nice as it now does. I mean, it'd have looked alright. Okay, let's get this one out of the way so that we can focus now on this one. And what I'll do here is I'll apply it as I'm doing, and I'll get some out of my tub and just keep applying it. Anyway, I suppose it's not surprising at the bottom of the leg took longer to clear up. That's basically what's been touching the floor. Whee. Oh dear me. I'm going to need to scratch out the ring on these as well. Does that? Let's see how it comes up. I suppose I could have positioned the camera in a place where you'd be able to see this, but I didn't think about that. Oh, coming up nicely. Now there's a little bit of a scuff damage here that I'll be able to sort that out when I get to the sanding stage. Now, I'm not going to use the power sander, I will just use the hand sander, because it doesn't need a power sander really, to be a bit of overkill. Now one thing I would say is, if I had a woodworking lathe, something I would probably have been tempted with these legs would have been perhaps to try and turn them, and by that I mean have them spinning on the lathe and then basically carving a pattern into it, or created a curvature shape to the legs and stuff like that, but I don't have a wood lathe, and there's no way I'll be getting one, not unless I end up with a proper garage or workshop or something, because if you think what I've done so far makes a mess, holy cow. Wood turning is a hell of a lot more messy. Very satisfying though. I mean, there's videos on YouTube that you can watch and it's kind of satisfying just to watch them. But it is something I'd love to do myself. Like wood turning bowls or vases, or just making shapes. So, nearly there with this. Just needs a little bit more. I'll give it a moment to away, Kate Magic, and then we'll spin it around and get the other end on. Now I know the videos in this particular series have been a bit longer so far, sort of 30 to 40 minutes, but to be fair, that's because the tasks that I've been doing have been taking a little bit longer than that, and my sort of maximum video clip length I can record at any one time is about 40 minutes. So for the moment I'm sort of trying to work on sort of doing the 40-minute videos, but hopefully as I progress they'll to make them shorter. Okay, that's a much nicer finish now. So you can see the bottom of that, that's what the other end looked like. But now the other end looks like that. Oh, buggered. Okay. I mean, what I might do actually with this particular set of videos is, well, not set of videos, but this particular video now, is once I've done this bottom, I could stop and set it for another video for doing the next bits. Because that might not be a bad idea, because then if that takes a bit longer, that may end up being a 40-minute video rather than what could end up being a 60-minute video. Oh dear me. And interesting, I know I was talking yesterday about drinking and how recently I've not been earning my drink. And to be fair, last night I didn't drink. Well, no, I did, but I only had 2. So even though I'd kind of earned it, I was just so tired that I wasn't really that bothered. Oh. Let's get a bit more juice on there. So I'm glad that I have started this though, because it does mean that, all being well, the next project that's finished is this. It is my dining table, and at the moment the dining table in my living room is kind of the main thing that is making it not very homely in there at the moment, because obviously my current dining table has this dining table on top of it, upside down. So it's basically unusable, and I just end up keep putting stuff on there. So yeah, get this done, and it will hopefully change the appearance and appeal of my apartment. Could also free me up to then do whichever task I decide to do next, which is potentially the cabinet, because that's the second thing that's making my apartment not look quite home at the moment. I'm just going to go in and put a bit more on there. It's just about done, but there's just a couple of little spots that aren't quite finished. Similar to there actually, just see a spot there. Well, I didn't think that this would take 25 minutes, but it has. That's just a dark piece of wood there. Now, it will be interesting to see what this wood looks like when it's been, once I've sanded it off and we give it a wipe down with white spirits to neutralise it, because that's where we tend to get the first look at just how nice these could actually look. Yeah, so when they get that wet look. Right. The end is done. Show that. So you saw what it would look like before. And it might still look messy, but it's just the rings on the wood. Different colours. So what we'll do now, I'm going to stop this video here, and yeah, on the next one we'll get the main sides of this cleaned up. So that's coming next. So join me again for that.